This is a winning strategy meant for MetaTrader 4. You can use this strategy on any time frame. Welcome to Profiting Forex Trading. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time I post a useful strategy. And do like the video, give me that thumb up. Now let's dive into today's tutorial, how to use this particular strategy that I've combined few indicators together, and I'm going to show you the setting for each of the indicator in the course of this video. Kindly make sure you stay with me to the end, and the download link for the indicator for each of the indicator will be in the video description, so you can download it for free. It is free. Now let's move on and see how we can use this strategy on MetaTrader 4. Now let me show you how to use this Forex strategy. Number one thing you have to look out for is this Bollinger Band. This Bollinger Band, you have to look out for this Bollinger Band here, the upper and the lower band, the Bollinger Band. And two, you have to look out for this semaphore indicator, this trade follow with the trade follow, and this blue arrow indicator also. Then before you can consider the remaining indicator on the indicator window here. And so let us dive in. Now number one thing you have to look out for is this indicator to see if the candle is at the upper or at the lower band. And at this point we have the candle at the upper band of Bollinger Band. And number two thing you should look out for is this semaphore indicator. We have this semaphore do repeat, but at least it will give us idea where the market is likely to turn. And the next indicator we'll look out for is this blue arrow indicator at the upper band for pointing down for a sell. And now that we have the three condition at the upper band of the Bollinger Band, then the next thing we should look out for is this indicator turning from aqua color to red. And once we have this one, you look out for the second indicator here and the third one. Now why do we need to combine all these things together? In order for us to reduce the fake out. No indicator is 100% accurate, and that's why we have to combine few indicators together so that we will get a higher winning rate. And at this particular point we have all the indicators in agreement here. This is where we have all the indicators in agreement at this particular point, where everything was in agreement. This is where you will place your trade, and your stop loss will be few pips above the previous high. Then you can ride the trend until you see opposite signal, either here, the three in agreement at this particular point. You can get out from here, or any of these turning to the other color, because we have red here but it turns to aqua color at this particular point. So you can get out from that point. Now if you look at now let's look for a sell setup for this particular strategy also. And here is it. We have this arrow present. The condition number one is met. Candle at the lower band of the Bollinger Band, we have it here. Then we have the semaphore indicator. Then we have the under indicator here, the blue arrow present. Then what we will do next is to check the other indicator. Where do they agree? So at this particular point we have all the indicators in agreement, and so this is where you have to place your trade for a buy, and the stop loss will be few pips below the previous low, and you ride the trend until you see opposite signal or this semaphore just flash on your screen. You can get out from there, or you wait for the other indicator, the arrow indicator, before you step out of the trade or you close that particular running trade. So this is how to use it. And the other indicator here that I've not explained is this indicator at the right upper corner. This is a good indicator too when you have nearly all the time frame the same color, that is lime color. This to tell us the trend is stay up, and the only time frame that is down right now is D1. We have the MACD, stochastic, and the EMA. They are all down on the daily, but we are not using that since we have majority of the time frame green or lime color. Then the trend is up. So this is how to use this particular strategy. It is simple and anyone can use it. And I see in one of the comments some people are asking me to make video how not to trade a sideways market, and I will show you. You can use this Bollinger Band to get to stay out of a sideways market that has not taken the direction. And here is a good example at this particular point. Here we have a squeeze, Bollinger squeeze at this point. So at this particular point it is too close for you to place any trade here until it breaks either to the upper side or to the lower side. And this is how to, if the Bollinger Band is too close, then you have to avoid that market. If the upper band of the Bollinger Band is too close like we have it here, then please stay away from that particular trade. This is how to stay out of a market that's not taking direction for the day or for that moment. So this is how to use this particular strategy. Make sure you combine everything together, and let's check on my favorite pair, which is US30, and see how this play out too. And here is it on the US30, USA 30 indices, and this is on MetaTrader 4 and not on MetaTrader 5. So let's see how this play out too on the indices here. Let's see how it plays out here. So we have all the indicators here in agreement for a sell at this particular point. If you look at it closely here, this is where we have all the indicator in agreement at this point for a sell. Though we have this arrow here and the Bollinger Band, then the semaphore indicator, all in agreement until this particular point. So at this particular point, this is where we have all the indicators in agreement, and this is the right point to place our trade for sell and for a buy too. This is one of the market you have to stay out from when this the candle leaves either the lower band or the upper band very fast, and then you have this long arrow candle already. So this is at the upper band already. You do not need to place this particular trade. It's one of the trade that we are not going to take. And here is another a good signal also for a buy where we have everything in agreement. And let's check this particular strategy on lower time frame. Here we have it on 15-minute time frame, and this is a good setup too for a buy. We have every indicator in agreement at this particular point. This turn to white, aqua, green, and this breaks up, and we have the arrow, everything in agreement. But this is where we have every of this indicator in agreement, and this is where you will place your trade. So on 15-minute time frame it is accurate also, and this arrow will keep us giving a pointing in the same direction. It does not repaint, and that's why you have to follow it. But the fact that it does not repaint does not make it 100% accurate, and that's why we are adding other indicator to this particular strategy to make it more profitable. So this is the setting on 15 minutes. And let's take this example again. We have here on 15 minutes this USA 30 indices. We have the arrow present here, and most likely this semaphore indicator will be here at this particular point there, because this do repeat. And when we have everything agreement at this point, you will have placed your trade and stop loss few pips below the previous low, and you will ride the trend until you see opposite signal. So this is how to use this particular strategy. Now let me show you the setting for each of the indicator. The setting for each of the indicator. So let's start with the Bollinger Band and see the value. These are the parameter. Is the default setting 20, deviation is 2. Just aqua color, you can change it to any color you want. And the next indicator is TM55. I know a lot of people rename this indicator, but any name you call it, this is TM indicator, and the half length is 40. You can play with the half length, but this is what I'm using and it's okay for me. And the time frame is current. Then the bounce deviation is 2.0. Just pause the video and set it up. And the color I use is blue. I turn off the other color since I do not need it. And the next indicator here is the signal bar. This particular indicator here, this indicator here, this indicator, this is what we call a signal bar indicator, and these are the value. So just make sure you change it or you leave it the way as it is. If you don't want to play with the setting, just leave it the way I'm going to give it to you. MACD_fast. These are the settings. Just pause it and set it up. Pause it and set it up. All right, so you do not need to change anything here. Just click OK. And the other indicator here on the main chart is the semaphore indicator. These are the colors I use. I turn the other color off because I do not need it. And this is the input. Just pause the video also and make sure you enter the setting. Now the first indicator here at the upper level on the indicator window is RSI triple all indicator. So these are the value also, and make sure you enter it accordingly. You can change the color here. This is why I change the color, and this is what you see here. The yellow, red, and the aqua are deep sky blue color. And here are the inputs. So just make sure you pause it and enter the detail. So the other indicator here is OBV2 indicator, and these are the setting. Signal period is 13 and signal MA mode is 3. Current time frame is current time frame. So you can change the color. This is what I am using. And the last indicator is a trend indicator here. These are the value also, and make sure you enter it the way you want it. But this is the value. This is what I'm using, and this is the color white and red. White is for buy and red is for sell. But if you want to change this color, you can change it to anything you want, so that if you want all the color to be in agreement. And this is all the indicators I use for this particular strategy. Make sure you test it out on your demo account. Make sure you try it out on your demo account. In the video description below, I have links to brokers that you can register with. Some of the best brokers that I've used, and I'm okay with their service. I put the link in the video description. You can register with any that you are okay with. And this is how to use this particular strategy. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, kindly give me that thumb up. Till I come your way again, I remain your fellow trader Joe, and bye for now.